Have you ever wondered about the most absurd and darkest questions ever asked on Google? According to data, the query, how to hide a body, garners 1,000 searches per month, and how to get away with murder, nearly 2,000 searches per month. These are just the basics, as there are far more bizarre searches out there, like eerie audio recordings, the effects of horrifying drugs, cannibalistic rituals, and other very, very bizarre things. We've discovered some of these searches, and today we will discuss the 6 Google searches you should never do if you want to sleep at night. 1. Rothenburg cannibal ritual. This concerns Armin Meiwes, a German man who gained international notoriety in 2001 for killing and eating a volunteer he met on the internet. Meiwes posted an online ad seeking someone willing to be killed and eaten, and surprisingly, burned Jürgen Brandes responded and consented to it. The two men filmed the process of mutilation and the subsequent act of cannibalism in gruesome detail, including when Brandes attempted to consume part of his own body before finally being killed by Meiwes. This shocking case is a disturbing example of the dangers of internet interactions and the extreme fetishes that can be nurtured online. Searching for details on this cannibal ritual may lead to finding extremely graphic and disturbing content, possibly illegal, capable of traumatizing individuals not prepared for the brutality and reality of crimes associated with cannibalism. Therefore, if you want to sleep at night, it is advisable to avoid searching for this information, to not encounter images and accounts that could cause long-lasting psychological harm. 2. Slenderman Jessica nearly macabre recording. This recording refers to a video supposedly linked to Slenderman, a character that became an internet phenomenon after being created on an online forum in 2009. Slenderman is depicted as a tall, faceless figure that stalks and abducts children. The video in question was allegedly made by a girl named Jessica, who claimed to have captured real images of Slenderman before almost being captured by him. The content and story of the video are scary, often seen as a form of psychological terror designed to go viral. Searching this video can not only lead to hidden information, but also expose the user to potentially disturbing and alarming content. Moreover, the fascination with such myths can encourage dangerous behaviors, as shown by the 2014 case where 2 girls stabbed a peer as a sacrifice to Slenderman. Therefore, avoiding searching for these materials is a protective measure against the negative impact such stories can have on vulnerable individuals. 3. The Curse of Number 13, Mr. 13. The case of Mr. 13 is one of those urban legends that spread through the internet, creating a mystery as great as the fear it provokes. According to the story, Mr. 13 is a spectral entity that manifests to those who invoke him, especially at midnight in isolated places, or while alone. This number, often associated with bad luck, gains an even darker aspect with this figure supposedly appearing in the reflection of mirrors when pronounced 13 times. The legend originates from tales and accounts scattered across the web, often accompanied by photographic evidence or recordings showing distortions or apparitions. The reason why it is advised against researching Mr. 13 on the internet is not just because of the potential scariness of the images and stories one might find, but also the risk of falling into websites that exploit fear to spread malware or conduct scams. Therefore, searching for this information can lead not only to a sleepless night, but also to possible digital security issues. 4. Snake pit. The idea of falling into a snake pit is, by itself, a nightmarish scenario that chills the heart. This instinctive fear of snakes is exacerbated in one particularly disturbing case, where a person inadvertently comes across a nest while filming. The situation unfolds with the person, surrounded by multiple venomous snakes in a closed environment, fighting for their life. This frightening episode is the kind of content that circulates on the internet under sensationalist titles and shocking images designed to shock and terrify. Snakes, with their ability to inject venom that can lead to a painful death or irreversible damage within minutes, make this one of the most alarming and dangerous videos to find online. For those with a fear of snakes, watching this type of video can trigger intense reactions and leave you distraught. 5. The Exorcism of Annalisa. The Exorcism of Annalisa Michel is one of the most disturbing and tragic stories related to known exorcisms. Annalisa, a young German woman, underwent a series of exorcisms during 1975 and 1976 after her diagnosis of epilepsy and mental health issues evolved into what was interpreted by her and some priests as demonic possession. During this period, she underwent 67 exorcism rituals, and her health progressively deteriorated. She was subjected to intense sessions involving prayer and physical restraint, leading to her death from malnutrition and exhaustion. The case is a horrific example of how spiritual beliefs can be taken to the extreme and is often discussed in debates about mental health versus spiritual belief. The recording of her exorcisms, available online, contains sounds and images that many find extremely disturbing, making this one of the most macabre and frightening topics to explore on the internet, recommended only for those with a strong stomach. 6. Passion fruit heel. The passion fruit heel refers to a real medical condition called myiasis, where larvae of certain flies infest areas of dead tissue or open wounds in mammals. This condition is extremely graphic and disturbing, as the larvae are seen feeding on the host's tissue. Often the images show the holes left by the larval infestation, which can be deeply uncomfortable to see, especially for people sensitive or with a phobia of holes, known as trypophobia. Searching passion fruit heel on Google can lead to visually shocking content that might be hard to forget and cause nausea or anxiety. It is a direct exposure to the cruel realities of parasitic infestations, which in addition to being unpleasant can also negatively affect a person's emotional well-being. For these reasons, reasons, it is advisable to avoid searching for this term, especially if you are sensitive to explicit medical images or have an aversion to insects. So did you manage to get to the end without chills? These are just a few of the things you definitely don't want to search on Google if you intend to sleep peacefully tonight. But if you are brave and curious, remember you have been warned. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends to see if they have the same courage as you, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming content. Activate the bell to receive notifications. See you next time if you can sleep.